And a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a allergy-prone dragon this afternoon. Hope you're all doing well, just chilling. Due to the weather here in Texas this afternoon, today, I am off from work, so chilling at home. I figured I'd do a little stream to help pass some of the time by. Also, as a heads up, there are no sound alerts as this is being played directly through my PS4 rather than going through my laptop. I just need to get a few more things set up with my laptop so that the capture card can pull from the PlayStation 2, 3, and 4 as well as the Vita once I've got that all sorted. So in the meantime, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. As a heads up, we have one more assignment for the day today to finish off, and we'll go ahead and take a look. So if we go into notes, go to quest, we're in chapter 4 still, we have new, we're to investigate this new theft. So we're going to go ahead and over there, but few pages for now. View over back.
Of course.
Okay.
Go
over to Reen for this part, because Reen is the main. I'm not sure why I'm getting stuttering here. Oh well. So, just be a moment actually, because as I said, my apologies, my allergies are acting up. So, we'll go ahead and take care of that quickly. I'm back. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that investigation. For that though, we're gonna be moving over. Are you in charge of the store? We're here on behalf of the local government to investigate a reported burglary. Yes, that's right, I'm the owner. You must be the students from Thor's Military Academy. Indeed. Class 7 Group A at your service. Oh, thank goodness. We may yet have a chance to recover the Crimson Tiara. Can't speak this afternoon. So that's the object that was stolen? Yes, exactly. It's embedded with priceless carnelian gemstones, captivating the hearts of all who gaze upon it. It's a centerfold of our display, under consideration to become a national treasure and valued at almost 100 million mira. Pretty pricey. Yeah, I'll say. It was being displayed in that big showcase in the center of the room, wasn't it? I'd heard that the store was fitted with the best security system money could buy, so they could display the tiara safely. I'm afraid this was all due to my carelessness. There was no problem with our recently installed security system. The problem was me falling right into Phantom Thief B's trap. Wait, the Phantom Bee? I've heard of the whole manner of rumors about him, but I still find it hard this was actually his doing. The name sounds kind of familiar. Seems like Elliot and Machias know of him. Yeah, he's a thief with quite a reputation in the capital. He calls himself a liberator of beauty. And he made quite a name for himself with a string of major thefts a number of years ago. He's even gained an enthusiastic fan following for the daring methods he uses during his thefts. Oh, now I remember where I've heard his name before. It's the thief who managed to steal an orbital tank from the Imperial Army, right? Yeah, that's one of his most famous exploits. I seem to recall hearing that story myself. I wonder how one steals a tank. So, do we know how the tiara was stolen? Phantom Thief B is well known for sending the victim a card notifying them of his intended crime before he commits it. Did he send a card this time? Yes, that's right. The card also contained this message. Your prized tiara has already been replaced with an invitation. However, that message was a feint. While we did have the utmost faith in our security system, we knew that if anyone could get past it, it would be him. We decided to open the display case to check out the tiara, but as it turns out, that's what he was counting on us to do. So that's when he stole the tiara, huh? I'm afraid so. Unbelievable. I assume you weren't able to get a good look at the culprit's face. Hey there, Batter, welcome on in. Sorry if I sounded a little nasally, my allergies are acting up today. Certainly hope you're doing well and staying warm. It's pretty chilly up here in the Dallas region today, especially after the freezing rain yesterday. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Indeed, as soon as we opened the display case, the lights all went out. Yeah. Glad to hear you're staying warm, though. But yeah. Yesterday was a bit fun because leaving work, my Honda was covered in a thin sheet of ice, so my brain was like, I shouldn't have taken out that ice scraper before I moved to Texas from Virginia last year. Oh, darn. Yeah, that's a bit of an annoyance. Oh, I'm never sus. Yeah, sadly the sound alerts aren't working at the moment because I'm on the PlayStation 4 rather than running it through the computer. I do have the card for that, but it's just a bit of a pain. Let's see. Welcome back, Batter. And you're certainly welcome. Always glad to help out a friend. Hopefully that'll take care of that ad issue. Let's see. By the time we got them back on, the Tiara had vanished. I see. Ordinary thief? This, can you maybe explain? Did weed be the optimal choice for this request? Of course. Please, take a look at this. Owner of this establishment and Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my conditions, I promise that it will be returned to you unharmed. If not, I make no guarantee. First, you must not report this incident to the Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 at Group A. Third, the aforementioned Group A must overcome the trial written on said card. Phantom Thief B. It really is addressed to us. I find the thief's apparent reveling in his crime somewhat unpleasant, and I will be right back. And back. Sorry, like I said, with my sinuses flaring up at the moment because of the cold. Yeah, though on the other hand, he seems to be giving us a chance to get the Tiara back. True. Do you have this other card that the thief mentioned? Please, take this. Receive Phantom Thief B's card. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy's Class 7 Group A. Should you wish to recover the treasure you seek, accept and overcome the trials I have placed before you. All of the keys lie within the Vermilion capital. The first key is at the feet of the conqueror with the heart of a lion. A riddle, is it? Well, I'm sure the Vermilion capital is just referring to the city itself. But as for the feet of a conqueror with the heart of a lion, seems like the treasure hunt, and this card's our first clue. It does say... So do you think you can help us out? We'd be happy to. Indeed, taunting us like that, I'm all for wiping that smug satisfaction off his face. Let's pay off then. Thank you so much. Please find it. Quest: burglary at the jewelers started. So is it at the feet of a conqueror? Well, there we go. That's going to be Drydel's Plaza, named in honor of the Emperor. Emperor Drydel's. The conqueror with the heart of a lion. It couldn't mean anything other than this Emperor Drydel's. Agreed, it's hard to hear a clue like that and not immediately think of Dreikel's Lionheart. And this statue is the most famous monument of him here in Heimdall. Then chances are good that we're in the right place. The card said to look at his feet. Let's do it then. Here we go. It's the same type of card as the last one, too. I assume we were correct then? Well, we won't know until we check. The second key is in the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. The second key, so basically we've got another scavenger hunt. So it seems. I can't believe he's making us go through this whole rigmarole. What can we do but play along, though? In the northeastern seat of the Prismatic Palace. Just what could that mean? I don't know what those fools from the HMP are saying, but it's our duty security here, and so we shall. They can simply watch and learn. Oh no, wait, that's west. This would be east. This must be the Prismatic Palace. Yeah, all signs point to the Crystal Garden, which leaves only the north seat. I'm presuming it refers to an actual place one can sit. Which would suggest we ought to investigate this bench in the northeast part of the... Is that it? Seems so. What's it say? Let's see. The third key is... At the round table where once rested the gauntlets that supported the east of the city. Oh, goody. Another riddle. Still, what can we do but keep going? Ah, it seems fate has ordained that we should meet again. I recognize that voice. Who are you again? He's Baron Blowbonk. Yeah, we first met during our field trip in Bareahard, I believe. Très bien, I am most pleased to see that you have not forgotten me. Though if my eyes do not deceive me, you have two new faces among your wrong, you know. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I've heard you mention of you from my classmates. As your search for beauty brought you all the way to Heimdall too. You could indeed say that. However, to meet not just in Vareyahard, but among the picturesque elegance of the Vermilion capital as well. Truly, it seems that we are bound together by a destiny most inseparable. Would you not agree? I'm not sure. He's a bit on the unique. Huh? Yeah, unique. Let's just call it that. I couldn't sense him coming at all, though. Haha, please, the intensity of your stares is positively withering. Or is it just my overwhelming beauty has clutched your heart so tightly that you cannot help but gaze and wonder? Oh, I bet all the mirror I have on me, that's absolutely not the case. Haha, now if you'll excuse me, there's still much I must attend to. I wish you the best of luck with your studies. And there he goes. So what did he come to convey to us? With that guy? No. Or offensively, he appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't it kind of weird that his driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief B left it here not too long ago. I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Inside the black case rested a tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. It has such a fiery glow to it. Well, this definitely is the crimson tiara we've been running all over town looking for. So this thing is worth 100 million mira. I'm almost afraid to handle it. Yeah, we've got to be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler safely. Found crimson tiara.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say, but hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Reen?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you, Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What? This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B.
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see! Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid!
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Ah, what spirited youths you are!
What? How did he do that?
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's quite a little trick.
He might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
Reed and the others scoured the area for Phantom Thief B, but try as they might, they found no trace of him. After reporting the details of the incident to City Hall, they trekked back to the jeweler's to return the tiara. I can't believe you were able to cover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I almost get the impression we are the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Phantom Thief B's conquests have always seemed rather capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest escapade. Given how fixated on us he seemed, I don't think that's at all likely. Well, better not say anything. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much, but please take these as a token of my thanks. Received all elements Sepith times 500. This is a lot of Sepith. Are you sure it's alright to give us that much? It almost feels like more than we deserve. Well, this is a jewelry boutique after all. We have more Sepith lying around than we know what to do with. Well, that does make sense. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you've done for us. Quest burglary at the jeweler's completed. Now we go for another cutscene. Phew, that was quite exhausting. Phantom Thief B was even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his smug face was watching us the whole time. Yeah, though his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met him, but I didn't suspect he'd prove this much of a troublemaker. He is nothing compared, though, to Toothy. Just ask my friends. Tooth has ways of being capricious. Something wrong, Reed? I was just thinking, he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, not to mention all those other things he did. If this were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree. True. But why would someone like that try to mess with us? He specifically asked for Group A, too. Though I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my father again? This is Class 7 Group A, Reed Schwartzer speaking. Hello, hello. Sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Mr. Sarah. Ooh, got it at 1. How did you guess? Don't tell me. Is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? Ugh. I have many feelings about you, but love would be stretching it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we're out on a field. Is something wrong? Actually, there's somewhere I'd like Group A to go. When you're finished up what you have for your field study, I'd like you to head over to the Sock District. Okay, let's see. That's where Heimdall Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Elise's academy is somewhere around there, too. Yeah, that's the place. I want all of you assembled outside St. Estrella Girls' School at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there, too. What? Don't worry, I've already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun. Toodles! Hey, hold on a... Ugh. What's wrong now? It sounded as though the instructor is being her usual irresponsible self again. It's an understatement. Just be a moment. I have to see my sinuses again. And back. Pretty much. I don't know what she's thinking. Rand explained to the rest of the team that they were to assemble at St. Estrella's girls' school by 5 o'clock. Oh, I know where that is. That girls' academy for nobles. Isn't that the one your sister attends? Well, I have a few acquaintances who attend there myself. You'd have us all meet there. Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kind of curious. Reasons. Lovely. It's almost evening, so we can finish up here and start heading over. This is by tram, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter where we catch the tram from. It'll pass through there. I almost dread to think what we'll have to do when we get there, though. The Sac District has been added to the list of locations selectable from any of the capital's tram stops. Now we'll have time to do anything else once we've arrived at the Sac District. Should we get going? Traveling to the Sac District will cause the main story to advance. Well, there's nothing else to do right now, so...
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
I was wondering... Did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Elfin herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Elfin is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Ugent. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumors suggest.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Elfin's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already.
Ah, you made it.
It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two...
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course. I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
Ladies.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
I mean, that is stereotyping the whole thing. Well, it's 5
That must be
o'clock.
Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say?
It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost District. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Rain?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Yes.
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Yeah.
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear.
I mean, there are no mischief makers other than Dragon Toothless. No one else is capable of being a mischief maker.
She could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estrella Girls' School. I hope you'll enjoy your visit. Right this way.
I don't think I've ever seen that uniform before. It's Thor's Military Academy. My brother studied there when he was younger. Oh, isn't that the Military Academy? Okay, I can't keep up with that. Ugh, I can feel their stares boring and holes in my head. Pay them no mind. We seem to be the stars of the show today. And Laura is as popular as ever. I can't say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. You think the boy on the front is a commoner? I'm not sure, but either way, he looks so handsome. How do you think they know Elise? Probably because they're brother and sister, but there's a catch to that. Actually, you're right, this is kind of uncomfortable. Are they about the same age as you, Elise? I don't know, and I don't care. Rose and Garden.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
You could say that.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh.
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me... I knew it! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Elfin. Elfin Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too. But it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But I... Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elfin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you.
I love the teasing now.
Your Highness?
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask.
That could be dangerous.
Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
Oh, no. Nope. Just nope.
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh.
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Who's this guy?
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Huh? Could he be?
Ahem.
Ow!
I think that's quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is... Whoa.
Indeed. "'Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the Debaucherous Prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the Imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you. Is it really true, though?
I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Yes.
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the Imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7. And why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Elfin stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness!
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it...
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. Your students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meetings. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring to?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait. Purple Lightning?
I knew it!
If you two have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
Thanks for seeing us out. I never would have guessed you were friends with Princess Elfin. Elfin, of all people. I wish I knew how much of what she said was genuine. Hey, Elise? Thank you for taking the time here today. Take care on your way back to your lodgings. We will, thank you. Thanks for showing us around. Good night. Good night, everyone. Hey. Don't worry. I can kind of understand where she's coming from. And I doubt anyone could have guessed that Her Highness would extend such a bold invitation to you. I'm not sure how to... That's my fault. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Reen, I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Of me? Your Highness. Oh, you're going to ask him? But of course. You see, tomorrow I'll be attending a garden party sponsored by the local government for the start of the festival. Or rather, Lachius's father invited me to attend. Yes, I seem to recall hearing that myself. That's the one by the That's the one at the Crystal Garden in Meter Park, right? Indeed. Anyway, let's not waltz around the matter. I was rather hoping that you would join me as my dance partner, Reen. Does that mean... Do you think Her Highness knows that old saying, a dance today, a wedding tomorrow? I don't even know that saying. And considering that I have danced with people before and not married them, yeah, I would say that that did hold to me, so I'm safe in that regard. I'm sure that's fully in the realm of... what just happened there. I don't think I can. I mean, it would be an honor, but it's like too great an honor for someone like me. Oh, not at all. Your father may be a baron, but the Schwarzers have long held deep ties with the imperial family. I apologize if this comes across as rude, but inviting you would likely create less opposition than if I were to invite Eustace. I see. Well, I can't deny that. You needn't apologize. I find you're rather fat. Eustace, you're not helping. Anyway, I really don't think I'm the man you want. Sometimes I can barely keep from tripping over my own feet. Is that so? Elise once told me that she asked you to help her practice the finer points of ballroom dancing. In fact, she says you're an excellent dancer, that you stepped lightly and very graciously. Is it not true, Reen? I understand. It was rude of me to trouble you with a petition like this at such short notice. And besides, I don't suppose you would have much interest in dancing with a little girl like me. No, that's not what I meant, Your Highness. That's my sister, all right. She really knows how to twist the knife. Your Highness, please. You too, Prince Oliver. Looks like they're having fun. I had no idea the Imperial family was such a lively and cheerful bunch. I get the feeling they aren't all like this. Ah, I see now. How could it have not crossed my mind? Perhaps the truth is that you already have your heart set on someone else? Or is there someone you're already courting? Ah, well, do you? I'm positively dying to know which maiden has conquered the battlefield of your heart. Wait, I mean... Yikes. How am I going to get out of this now? I'm not sure how to turn her down gently. Very well, I shall relent this time. Huh? However, next year, I'll be 16, just like your sister. That's when I'll be my debut in high society, so I'd be very happy if you'd give my invitation some thought. Well, aren't you the lucky one? Her Highness readily seems to have taken a liking to you. You really ought to have accepted her invitation. It might have led to something truly unexpected in the future. Nah, I doubt it. It seemed like she was just took an interest in me because I'm her friend's brother. She didn't seem at all serious about it, so I figured she was just trying to tease the two of us. Can't deny it sounded that way. But I get the impression that it wasn't all that was going on there. You weren't the only one feeling nervous that whole time. Prince Oliver was an even more unusual person than I'd heard. No doubt about that. He seemed entertaining to be around. To think that he's the one that made Class 7 possible. He seemed easygoing, but hearing him talk about our class made what we're doing feel even more important. And besides, he gave us plenty of other useful info. Yeah, including the fact that the board of directors seems to have their own agenda for us. I have no idea what they're planning, but their motives seem incredibly suspicious. Agreed. Hearing about the instructor's background kind of threw me for a loop, too. I wouldn't have imagined she'd be a bracer, maybe because you don't really see them around anymore to begin with. A rank is more or less the highest you can be, too. I assume you already know about her history, Fee. Yep, the guild is every Jaeger Corps' main competition after all. Probably even ran into her a few times during our operations. Really? Unbelievable. I almost forgotten about those good old days. And here is their instructor. Instructor! How long have you been there? So, looks like you finally found out about my work history, huh? I guess that kinda tarnishes my ravishing adult charm a bit, then. I hate to break it to you, but you didn't have any to begin with. Shh. Did you hear an old maid sighing? What was that? Good evening, everyone. Captain Claire. This is quite the unusual combination. Let me be the first to assure you that this wasn't my idea. But the governor's asked me to tell you that tomorrow's field study is being put on hold. Instead, you will get the exciting opportunity to help this lady and her goons with their evil schemes. Huh? What evil schemes? Sarah, could you maybe not try to put them off entirely before I've even had a chance to explain? Actually, there is a matter I'd like all of you to help us with. I've discussed this with the governor, and he decided that this would be the best way to handle the issue. Now, if you'd be so kind as to get on board, I'll explain everything to you at the command post in Heimdall Central Station. Hey there, Purple Dolphin. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Just busy relaxing. It's a day off of work because there was freezing rain yesterday and through the night, so the schools here are closed today. Certainly hope you're doing well and hope the babysitting today went well and that you're well rested at. Because I know you'd mentioned yesterday on your Discord that you were going to be taking a break last night from Dead by Daylight. Although I will be okay for playing later. But we're still waiting to hear what the decision for the schools tomorrow is. Terrorists? Indeed, I'm afraid we have no choice but to define them as such. Unfortunately, we have no clue as to their aim, nor do we know the names of the group's members, its size, or its hidden. At present, there doesn't seem to be that terror. Doesn't even to be. Yeah. At present, it doesn't even seem that the has established a name for itself. That's quite a lot of unknowns. Would I be correct in assuming that and we met in the Nord Highlands, who is trying to start a war, is a member? Ah. So he's one of them, huh? He said his name was Gideon, or G, or something like that. So that's what the man you encountered in the Highlands was up to? He does sound like the terrorist type. And you think he and his group are going to try something tomorrow on the first day of the summer festival? Hopefully it goes well for that appointment and that the kids remain well behaved. Oh, of course, they will be well behaved. They've got an outstanding dolphin to take care of them. That Elfin and Wolf both agree. Children are never chaotic or troublemakers. We're currently operating under that assumption, yes. The summer festival lasts 3 days, but unlike festivals in other provinces, only the first day garners much attention. It's been a month since the incident in Nord. If they intend to make their next move soon, tomorrow is a likely time. I'd have to agree. Terrorists do love their time in the spotlight, after all. Yeah, sounds good. And considering how easily Gideon gave you his name, I'm betting we'll start to see them acting more openly soon. First you gather arms and other like-minded allies in secret. Then you reveal yourself with a bang and keep going in quick succession. That's the typical terrorist MO. Yeah, no worries. I'll probably be raiding out in a little while myself, because it is still a bit chilly here. I see. And you want us to assist with countermeasures against them? Right. The RMP will be with the Heimdall military police to bolster the capital's security, RMP being the railway military police. Unfortunately, as big as the capital is, I can't say with complete confidence that there'll be no holes in our security. That's where you come in. You'll be assisting our security measures at a reserve force. As a reserve force. Ugh, it'd be nice if the guild was still active here. They would have come in mighty handy right about now. Yes, I don't disagree. Sarah, you do know that the RMP had no involvement in the guild's withdrawal from the capital, right? Oh, really? I mean, your boss and that brother of yours could hardly make their opposition to the guild more obvious if they tried. Well, wow, those two really seem to have a messy history between them. Sure feels that way, especially where the guild is concerned. Although, it sounds like your brother has been keeping busy in Crossbell recently. So, what's it gonna be? Whether you choose this as your field study task for tomorrow is totally up to you. If you decline, there are plenty of tasks that the governor needs taken care of, like you've been doing the last 2 days. The summer festival is a busy time, after all, Lots of little details that need to be squared away. I think I speak for Group A when I say we'd be glad to join in the anti-terrorist countermeasures. Group B feels the same. Alright then. Thank you for your assistance, everyone. Now, let's move right along to confirming the patrol routes you'll be following. Same day at 2300 hours or 11 p.m. Hey there, Zessel. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Back to playing my original game that I played on Twitch from when I started streaming long ago. Good old Trails of Cold Steel. And of course, you can take Reed seriously with his bunny ears. Yeah, no worries. Glad you're doing well. Just staying warm here in Texas at the moment because we had freezing rain yesterday, and everywhere's pretty much shut down today. There's a house right now. So you got the joy of tropical heat waves and such, right? Nice 90-degree weather for Zessel, and sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I hope you're feeling better soon. Let's see. But yeah, hopefully as well that the kiddo is managing to stay on task with their work. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if I had seen you around before then. Well, I did end up getting to know your sister. Fiona, right? Works as a piano teacher? Wait, she did say she knew someone who worked at the guild. I guess she was talking about the instructor? Still, instructor? What was it that caused the guild to withdraw from the capital? I've been wondering that for a while now myself. The guild used to be pretty active here. Well, yeah. The direct cause was guild bridges all over the country being blown up, but I'm sure you already know that. The culprits were a Jaeger Corps hired by a nasty bunch the guild was at odds with at the time. Well, still is. But anyway, thanks to a dependable ally, we were able to defeat the Jaegers, but by then, the Imperial government had its eye on us. They started making life difficult for us. Took away most of the guild's authority in the country, leaving our hands tied. Eventually, the branches have started closing one by one. Or the branches here started closing one by one, with no real prospect of ever reopening. So that's how it was. Instructor. Hey, don't worry. Your dad might have been the city's governor, but he wasn't really involved. A certain friend of his, however, was very involved. You're talking about Chancellor Gilliff Osborne, Representative of the Imperial government, I assumed. Yep, him and his cronies in the Imperial Intelligence Division. It's kind of like a sister organization to the Railway Military Police. Anyway, after that, I was out of a job. That's when Principal Van Dyke came and offered me a position at the academy. I started as a combat instructor last spring, and after that, I worked up to being chosen as your class's homeroom teacher. I still help out the guild from time to time, though. That's how I ended up bringing in our Jaeger princess here. Knock it off. So that's what happened. You mentioned the Jaeger Corps was responsible for the attacks. What was its name? Oh, it isn't the same group that Fee used to run with. They were called Jester, not a particularly high-ranking outfit. I see. Worried about? Well, I did suspect that it was likely a different corps. Haha, from the sounds of it, the Jaeger Corps Fee belonged to was a pretty large one, though. Oh, definitely. He was with Zephyr. Their leader was this insidious guy known as the Jaeger King. You name a combat specialty, Zephyr had it covered. They were the only corps on par with the Red Constellation, which has back when I was still a full-time bracer. Who's talking? You have trouble yourself. It's hard to believe this all happened to people we actually know. Yeah, it sounds like a story out of some novel. Anyway, the terrorists you've been hearing about lately aren't part of any Jaeger Corps. I figured that was the case. Generally, Jaegers are interested in just two things, money and fighting. That Gideon guy you encountered in the North Highlands didn't seem to fit that description, though. If I had to guess, I'd say he's acting on some kind of deep-seated grudge. A grudge, huh? Well, it isn't hard to say anything for sure. Or rather, well, it's hard to say anything for sure. I've never met him myself. From what I understand, he did seem particularly tenacious. He was definitely that. Which means that we're really going to have to step it up for our patrol tomorrow. Your involvement is just a precautionary step, but if you're going to help, give it your best, I say. Seems like your teamwork is smoother than ever, too, so all the better. Anyway, it's late, so get your report written and get some sleep. I'm gonna crash in one of the empty rooms upstairs. The instructor never changes, does she? You sure? You seem more talkative than usual. Feels like she was pushing herself. Now that you mention it, she did seem more forthcoming with information than usual. Maybe she's feeling a bit weird being back in her old workplace? You might be right. Still, I guess we're not really in any position to be worrying about her. We'll just have to do our best to coordinate with Group B tomorrow to make sure everything goes smoothly. Agreed. Alright. The sooner we get that report written, the sooner we can get to some sleep. And the sooner the children get on with their schoolwork, the sooner they can have free time to do other things. As I have to frequently tell students. That night, I thought I heard something outside. Maybe I should check it out. It's so quiet I hear crickets. Sounded like footsteps. Did someone go downstairs? Oh. Instructor Sarah? Oh, did I wake you up? Haha. Just thought I heard something, so I came to see what it was. Can't sleep? Nah, just feeling a little nostalgic being back here, I guess. Years ago, someone suggested that I become a bracer. That's what I did. I spent my days working with a bunch of old friends and companions, going through request after request. Okay, hope you have a good meal, and hope that the dental visits for the kiddos goes well. And hope that you're all staying safe and warm. And thanks again as well for popping in, Purple Dolphin. Seems weird now, how busy I used to be back then. It does sound like work kept you on your toes. Still, this building must mean a lot to you, huh? Yeah, it does. I'd be lying if I said I didn't wish I could go back to those days sometimes. It was definitely exhausting, but I guess I was usually having too much fun to notice. More than anything, I really felt like I belonged there. Oh. Don't get me wrong, though. I really enjoy my work now, too. You do? How could I not? I ended up becoming your class's instructor. As far as I'm concerned, life's just as fulfilling now as it was back then. No need for you to get all soft and start worrying about me. Alright. But I'll keep doing whatever I can, so that you'll always feel like you belong here with Class 7. Thanks. Look at us, up in the middle of the night talking away like a couple of barflies. If we had a bottle or two here, I would have loved to drink until dawn with you. But we're all out. Tragic. You do know I'm too young to drink, right? Hehe, well, we should probably get going back to our rooms and get some sleep. Tomorrow's gonna be another action-packed day, so we'll need all the rest we can get. Too true. We'll be counting on you again tomorrow, instructor. You're gonna make You're gonna need my tender mercies too. You've got some hard work coming your way, so you'd better get a good night's sleep.
Keep up the good work.
The next day at 1 in the morning. Idiot.
The time is finally at hand. At last, the hammer of judgment shall rouse this indolent capital from its slumber.
Yeah!
Comrade G, all of the necessary preparations are complete.
But it feels like you have so few men accompanying you.
Wouldn't it be wise to call in a few others for backup?
There's nothing to fear. As long as I have this flute, not even the railway military police stand a chance of stopping us. Tomorrow, the people of this land will at last know our name. My dear comrades, I shall be counting on you all.
Yeah!
Day of the Summer Festival. Alright, I'm gonna go check on Group B before heading over to Railway Military Police's command post. Just give me a call on your Arcus if you find anything during your patrols. Okay. Will do, Instructor. Leave it to us. Still, I was expecting Captain Claire to be our point of contact. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to agree to cooperate with the Railway Military Police. I'm not exactly delighted about working with them, but things are looking pretty serious. I'm helping them this once, and try again. I'm helping them this once and acting as your point of contact. That's really not well written. That should be one time, but yeah. But I won't let them forget for a minute that they owe me. Anyways, I'll see you all later. Tell Fiona thanks for the breakfast. Sure thing. Alright, we should be moving too. We've got our designated areas, so we'll need to be patrolling them one by one, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. Instructor Sarah said she'd contact us around noon, too. Let's be off then. Yeah. I'm guessing the city is going to be packed with people since it's the first day of the summer festival. That's all the more reason that we need to stay especially vigilant. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go take a break for a bit because I want to get a bite to eat because I haven't actually eaten anything today, and it is already 3 o'clock here. No, it's 4 o'clock for the East Coast. But certainly do all help. Thank you for joining. We're going to go ahead and raid on out to Fox Silverhand, fellow streamer and a good friend of mine. So I do want to thank you all for joining today. Don't have a raid message yet. I'm still trying to put that all together. But certainly do thank you all for joining me. So hope you all are doing well, and again, thank you for joining us. Like I said, I'm gonna go get a bite to eat because I'm starving. But also, wish you all well, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode, which will be either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on what the situation with the schools is. Also might do a late night stream later as well for Dead by Daylight with some friends of mine. So we'll see how things go, but for now, let's go ahead and head on over to Fox. Take care, and I will see you all next time. Bye for now.